Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. CBC is bankrupt. Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation out of Barbados is bankrupt. Okay, this is the CEO. This is the minister, Wilfred Abrams. And this is a blog. Okay, an avid viewer and associate of CBC's CEO. They didn't sign a name. Okay, that's a kind of a problem. Okay, when you're talking about this particular SEO state-owned organization and how it is being ran into the ground. Good morning. The below exposes and highlights the incompetence, wickedness, and neglect of Sanka Price, the CEO at CBC, and the indifferent attitude the minister responsible for CBC, Wilfred Abrams, I showed you him below, has towards that particular SEO. It is said that Mr. Price, he is boasting he's ready to retire, so clearly he does not care what happens to CBC. He's all about, allegedly, greed and power, money, and not being so nice to people. That's what they're saying here in this blog. Government should fire him. Well, if he's retiring, firing is not going to affect him much or make him resign, but he's retiring before retirement. Oh, they want him fired or they want him to resign before he, who is boasting about retiring, actually retires. He is a disgrace and he needs to be disgraced. That's what the writer is saying. The below is the expose, which can be published in full. I am sure you're so okay. Yeah, okay. So that was written to me. So it's the sad state of CBC at 60 years old. Okay, sad state. The Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation CBC is standing at the edge of a precipice, weighed down by financial turmoil, mismanagement, and a glaring lack of vision. Once a pillar of public broadcasting, the state-owned enterprise is now spiraling into dysfunction with staff, contractors, and the very future of the corporation hanging in uncertainty. That's the first opening statement, and it kind of states it all. Okay, you have the opportunity to read it all. Okay, so it's a corporation in crisis. At the heart of CBC's decline is deepening financial distress. While the CEO sleeps, employees lay awake, worrying about their salaries, when will it arrive, and they have contractors, what about them? It's a big mess in terms of monies being paid. Okay, failure to evolve. Okay, a lot of people have a lot of ideas, but to execute those ideas, that's a whole different story. As traditional broadcasting faces an existential crisis worldwide, adaptation is essential, yet CBC is failing to evolve with the changing media landscape. Okay, so yeah, like I said, you could have a whole lot of long talk. I invite you to read this, but unless you're able to execute on those ideas, it goes to naught. Leadership without vision and with vindictiveness. In a stunning display of misplaced priorities, the CEO has managed to secure an additional $300, $3,000 per month on top of his already generous $15,000 a month salary, all because he no longer has access to the designated ML company vehicle, ML CBC, it's now being used to transport news teams on assignments. One must ask, if the CEO truly cared about the financial well-being of the corporation, one will not ask that. No one is going to ask that about anyone in Barbados coming from where you came, caring about the well-being of other people, because the corporation is made up of people. So no one is asking that question. But if you want to play devil's advocate, go right ahead. Okay, if he truly cared about the well-being of the corporation, would he not have refused this extra $3,000. Really? Really? No, he's not going to refuse nothing. I did a blog this morning stating quite clearly, black people don't care about black people. Black people don't care about black people. The road to nowhere. The road to nowhere. CBC once an institution that informed, educated, and entertained Barbadians is now crumbling under the weight of mismanagement and neglect, financial instability, a draining of talent, and inability to adapt. A leadership utterly devoid of visionary management have left the corporation grasping for relevance. Okay? I invite you to read this too. Okay? But who will stand up for change at our island's lone TV station or CBC, a vital institution that must endure? Must it? There was a question mark. It was a question mark. Must CBC endure? You have the Barbados Today and you have the Nation News. Must CBC endure? Will it be the government, the unions, the staff, or even the viewers and listeners? Who is going to make sure that CBC remains under the current leadership? One is left to ask, how long can CBC continue to fight on? Okay, that's the end of this particular blog. Here, written here, he is probably Sanka Price. It's kind of a first name, Sanka. It's kind of a strange name. And this is Wilfred Abrams. He's the minister, obviously in charge of the state-owned enterprise. Wilfred Sanka. Hi, Sanka. Come here, Sanka. Oh, Sanka. Yeah, strange name for a guy. But yeah, that is this blog. And it's regarding CBC, sad state of CBC at 60. It reached 60 years old. And they're wondering, will it continue? You know, people are not being paid on time. They're fighting to get paid. The contractors are not being paid on time. They're fighting to get paid. You know, everyone have big talk and, you know, but nothing comes out of it. It doesn't come to fruition. You know, like I said, you can have a good idea, but unless you're actually able to put that idea into being, you have to bring it into being. It doesn't make sense. All you have is a lot of long talk. A lot of talk, okay? You have to know how to take it to the next stage, to that next. You have to be able to bring whatever you have in your mind into reality. Sometimes you have to hire talents, engineers, whoever you need to hire to bring your ideas into relevance and into fruition. You need to be able to do that. If you don't have the money, your ideas are just going to be in a waste basket. They're just going to be there. You have to have the money to do the things you want to do. Ask Elon Musk, okay? Ask people like that. You have to have the money behind you. And Barbadians don't throw their money behind anyone, okay? They're not going to throw their money behind anyone, okay? So I invite you to read this long blog that a sincerely avid viewer and associate of CBC's CEO decided to write without signing a name. Just go on ahead and read the blog. CBC, the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, located in the Pine, St. Michael, Barbados, is bankrupt. It's bankrupt. And there has always been that image, that heading over its head, that something was wrong with the money and, you know, hiring the best people and making sure you can keep, there's no brain drain, you can keep the good people. There's always been that thing about CBC that didn't have the money behind the corporation, the organization. There was never the money there, okay? So yeah, this is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.